West or north from there, and that's.
Oh, I know all the places.
I don't know all the places. I can't remember. I think that I was walking north, but it could have been west.
I was just leaving Yonkers.
To go. I was not leaving Yonkers. Never been to Yonkers. I don't think actually anyone's ever been to Yonkers.
Yonkers is just
Yonkers
a place people
like
talk about.
Yeah, Yonkers is like the New York ground. What is it called? The drop bear.
I was just gonna say
bear.
that.
It's the New York drop bear.
it's the drop bear of New York City.
In Tokyo, they have a whole Sonic theme park. You can buy chili dogs.
Oh, yeah.
It's in Odaiba.
Fuck
yeah. If we make it big on Patreon, we should go to the Sonic. If we make it big on Patreon, we should go to Odaiba and go to the. I've genuinely almost never had the thought that I should go to Japan until just now.
Wow. How
Very
interesting.
patient. Yeah, well, here's the thing, I'm not
too cliche.
No, it's just I'm not like a I'm trying to figure out like the way
places person.
No, it's not even that. It's more like
not a tourist.
Well, I try not to be a tourist. It's like you know how sometimes, you like Star Wars or something, so you have like
you
have like a little statue of
That's
one would. This is what I'm saying. One would have like merch. Merch. You've heard of merch. I'm not like a merch guy.
Deadpool, the merch with a mouth?
Like with stuff that I really like, I'll try to have like one thing. T-shirt, I like T-shirts.
That was better than you gave it credit for.
I didn't even tuned you out 100%. Didn't hear what you said at all.
Okay.
But I don't like toys, and I don't like. There's just something about going to Tokyo, just technically because I like some stuff that's from there that seems like trying too hard.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't need to go to Tokyo to like Dragon Ball Z. You know what I mean? Like it just seems like a lot of work for no. And it just doesn't just.
Well,
seems...
yeah, no, I bet anyone would tell you, don't go to Japan for Dragon Ball Z.
It was just an example.
No, I know, but like I still think you
shouldn't, because I'm not planning to.
Yeah, no, I just mean there wasn't anything wrong about.
There's
obviously the thing you go to Japan for is Robot Restaurant,
right? Yeah, I don't know. The
and
thing
Tokyo
that,
Disney Sea.
The thing
I've
that
heard so many things about Disney Sea.
Disney Sea, like the letter C or SEA?
SEA, like Disneyland, Disney Sea.
I've never heard of that. It's funny you've hered so many things about Disney Sea. I've never heard it.
Do
you know Disney people?
Because I told you about this, Keith.
Oh,
I'm now
a
theme park podcast and YouTube channel degenerate.
This is multiple years you've been.
Well,
doing
yeah,
this.
multiple years. I'm 34 years old. I have a number of years under my belt. And for most of them, I was not a theme park degenerate.
Sure, yeah.
And the worst part is, I haven't even gone to any theme parks since becoming a theme park degenerate. I just listened to other degenerates talk about it.
Yeah. We have almost diametrically opposed media habits.
But I can tell you why you haven't heard of Disney Sea.
Because it doesn't exist. It's a ghost theme park.
It's another one of those, it's another drop bear situation. No, it's because, do you know about how, like, Tokyo Disneyland is the only Disney park that Disney doesn't wholly own?
No, I'll say this. Japan, and I try not to generalize, Japan seems like a country that can get theme parks right.
Yeah,
America
totally.
Used to seem like a place that could get theme parks right,
yeah.
And they did. We are no longer, we no longer have that juice.
We don't have that anymore.
We don't have that anymore. Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah, so I no longer trust I no longer trust America to like be able to put in the effort to do anything fun.
Nor should you.
So, but I think Japan could do it. That Disney doesn't wholly own it only strengthens that.
Right. Yeah. So I think you're totally right. This is the feedback people give constantly about the theme parks in Japan. They're like, oh my God, they are the cleanest, most well kept up like things. It's like, it's all the same rides as California, but like the one in California is 50 years old and feels like it, and the one in Japan is 40 years old and feels like brand new or something like that.
What are you, some sort of wackadoo memorizing where those were?
Yeah, no, it's just the instinct to jump. Maybe these point thingies encouraged the development of that instinct.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyways, there's this Japanese company called the Oriental Land Company that like made a deal with Disney back when the park was constructed that they would like own own a majority of the park or whatever.
Yeah.
And so Disney Sea ends up being a part of this, where like the Oriental Land Company is like putting a ton of money into this new park that people now call Disney Sea, like the current greatest theme park in the world or whatever.
Wow.
And I think it's something like because Disney didn't put in the money to build it or something, that they're like not allowed to advertise it or something like that. Or
this is why I've never heard of it.
Something like that. It's like Disney's or maybe one of Tokyo's best kept secrets, if a Disney park can be a secret.
Again, I've never heard of it. I know that there's Disney in France. Actually, I definitely knew there was a Disney in Japan.
That's the one with the worst reputation.
Well, it's France. It has the worst reputation of everything except the food and the culture is, I guess, the good. Everyone likes French culture but hates French people. How'd they swing that, huh?
Yeah. Well, doesn't that just always mean that the French culture in other cultures' minds was always a little bit produced and exported more than it was ever really true?
I don't know. I know people that frequent France, and they all seem to have a great time eating delicious food and drinking delicious wine all the time.
Doubt. Having a good time in Paris. I'll believe it when I see it, buddy.
Hey, I'll tell you this: better rent, lower rent prices.
They just
imagine that it's. Can you imagine this? It's cheaper to rent an apartment in Paris, France, than it is to rent an apartment in North Attleboro.
Dude, I heard it's now cheaper to live in Hawaii than in Boston. Like literally.
It is true. Yeah, Massachusetts is right now the most expensive state on average to live in.
Right, and you know I'm a USPS mail carrier, and the thing about that job is that it pays pretty good. But it pays a flat rate across the entire continental 48.
Yeah.
The only two places that get like locale pay, where they get more because of where they work, is Hawaii and Alaska. And so now like our union leaders are like fighting to try to get Boston that same thing, since it is now more expensive than Hawaii.
And not nominally so. Like,
wow, pretty
substantially.
And now I know why my sister went to Hawaii for work and has stayed there. Because it's like, I guess if it was already cheaper, why not live in Hawaii?
Right. I can't think of any other reasons why you might want to live in Hawaii.
Well, I just mean, you'd think expense might be the one reason not to.
But of
Other
course,
than to not be like a white colonizer or something.
What you miss is the famous Boston personality.
I know.
That is the Boston tagline. It's half the charm of New York with a quarter of the stuff.
Ouch. Speaking of New York charm, Keith.
Yeah.
I told you I started reading the famous book, The Power Broker by Robert Caro.
You did?
I did tell you that.
Say the words again.
I was shocked that you had not heard of The Power Broker. It's a very
right. I do remember now talking about The Power Broker, yeah.
Here we are in the final level, the Scrap Brain Zone Yard. Scrap Yard Brain
Hey, there's
zone.
people in the windows watching us.
What?
Yeah, there are.
That can't be true.
It totally is true. Go a little more to the right. A little more. There's big windows. There's big windows up near the caterpillar, I think.
Big windows up near the caterpillar.
Oh, maybe it's further.
I think you imagine.
I saw them. I swear,
You're
they're real.
sick. You're sick in the head.
They're real. Is this the furthest you've gotten?
Ever? No.
No, I mean today. Did you die?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I died like 2 seconds ago.
Yeah. Daniel says Disneyland Paris is actually remembered by weird theme park heads as an excellent park, but nobody wanted to go, implying that it's no longer a park, I guess? Did they close?
No, it's still there. I think it's... I'm not sure this is the... Again, I'm more of a listener of theme park people more than a theme park person myself, but that's not the narrative I've received from those people.
So why are you tell me about Power Broker again?
I guess
this is the corruption guy book.
Basically, this is like the guy that built New York. He built like every highway and bridge in New York, but he did it like
with his bare hands? With hundreds of thousands of people.
No, just by taking other people's money and forcing other people's labor and taking other people's homes, the usual way.
The usual way, yeah.
He was basically like he was the guy who cracked public works under democracy. How do we get these big things built when no one can agree on what to build? And the answer is just decide for them.
You're saying he was the God hand in SimCity.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if anyone ever has been, Robert Moses was. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Robert Moses. I don't even know if I've ever heard the name until you said it the other day.
And this was like, people call this guy like the most powerful American ever who wasn't elected to a public office, and that kind of thing. He like put himself on the boards.
I don't think that you're doing this right.
Yeah, no, this is clearly not working out. Oh. And he put himself on the boards of like 12 different things that all like... Fuck.
Put himself on the boards of 12 different things that all fuck?
Yeah, they all fucked each other. They all kind of fucked, because like they... he would have like... He would be on the like committee to propose building projects, and he'd be the chairman of the committee to approve the building projects.
Sure.
And he just did all this stuff that was blatantly not good and that people didn't even like at the time, but it was almost like he wrote so much of the law in New York that he was able to write in his own Joker clauses that nobody knew about because they weren't paying enough attention. But the reason I brought up the book is because it's written by Robert Caro, and he is now an old man, and he's got one of these great, almost extinct New York accents where it's like they talk by just never closing their bottom lip just at all.
You're saying he sounds like open. Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, he says huge. Somehow he pronounces the word fact as fact. Like the fact that they were doing this was crazy.
That's crazy.
Just unbelievable.
And he's reading the audiobook? That's how you know?
No. I listened to an interview with him.
Got it.
I have not listened to very much 99% Invisible in my time.
No, me neither.
But it was something that I had like put on my podcast feed a million years ago and never really listened. And I poked my head in and saw they had like a Power Broker book club that they started this year, and Elliot Kagelin is one of the hosts on it. And I was like, oh, great. Maybe now instead of reading this long book, I'll just listen to the book club. But now I'm listening to it because it sounds really interesting. But the first episode, they had Robert Caro on to talk to him about it.
Wait, so the book club is like a podcast where they tell you about a book that they're reading?
Oh, yeah.
So you don't have to read it?
The idea is they want you to read it, but...
Yeah, but
you don't have
have they heard of people? Have they heard of humans?
They've heard it. Yeah, they know.
Specifically Americans?
They know about people. Yeah,
Look,
I'm pretty sure they know
I
about
do
that.
a podcast about a TV show, and we can't even get people to watch the TV show.
But you know what? They don't want to. You know?
And that's why people like Robert Moses are necessary. If
Yeah.
he was around, he would have gotten these fucking idiots watching Hunter x Hunter.
He was he listen, you'll love this guy. He went to Yale and then Oxford.
Oh wow.
You know, and he after he went to Oxford, he adopted like the oh, I don't care about money. Oh, Father, did you just wire tens of thousands of dollars into my account for next semester? I don't want to talk about that.
So this is a rich kid. This is
yeah, or you know, rich, but not Oxford rich, or you know, oh well, he literally went to Oxford, so he was Oxford rich, but I think he was not even like in the upper echelons of the Oxford people.
No. Hey, I mean, look, Fox Mulder went to Oxford.
Foxford?
Yeah, Foxford. Foxford Mulder. That's why he's called that. Foxford Mulder.
Yeah.
They had a house on Nantucket, but they weren't, billionaires.
Who?
The Mulders.
Mulders had a house on Nantucket. Hey, I'm counting 2 continues remaining.
I'm counting 2 continues remaining. You gotta be collecting these dang coins.
Excuse me?
What?
Excuse me?
What?
What did this guy just say?
What do you mean?
What did he just say?
Well, you need the coins to get a one up.
What are you saying?
Oh, rings.
Oh, don't tell me that was real.
No, it totally was fake. I was playing into the thing.
That's what I thought.
I'm a different person than I was when we started this. I'm not the same guy with the same brain.
You wouldn't just do that.
I wouldn't just do that. I've changed.
Oh, no, yeah, we know.
Yeah, I've changed.
Yeah.
How many rings for a
Ugh.
Oh my god. How many rings for a 1-up?
100.
Jeez, you're not even close.
Classic.
You just did that on purpose.
I don't need it.
Sorry, I gotta be reminding you about the fire. It damages you. And then you lose your ring.
You're not on my level.
Yeah, because I'm on Final Zone and you're on Scrap Brain.
Ooh. Rough. Ah, fuck. Hey. Brutal. Ugh.
Oof. Jeez. Maybe you're not on Scrap Zone. Maybe you're on Spring Yard still. Hey, do you want me to do this first try?
No.
You want to see me do it first try?
Fuck you.
All right.
That was the motivation I needed to get out.
Are you sure it was motivation and not just eventually you've got to get it right by accident?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on.
You lost your coins.
They're rude.
What do you think those are?
Ah! Come on, dude.
If there's a spin dash, you could get this.
Spin dash exists. Oh, I had a ring. Okay, well.
You had one. Oh, you didn't know you had a ring. Okay. I thought you were just trying to not get hurt because of that it's bad.
Because it would be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't care about that.
No, obviously. This is a long one. Is this 2?
This is this is 2, but this is the final. This is kind of the last Scrap Brain level, because Scrap Brain Act 3 is actually like a labyrinth zone.
Here's what I want to
funky.
Here's what I want to say. I'm putting a message out there.
Finally,
to
say something.
Yeah, I know. I want to put a message out there to musicians, to Sega heads, to people who love Sonic, to people who love the Yamaha.
A lot of people.
The Yamaha sound
on
chip that's in those Genesis, or at least in some of the Sega Genesises.
Like this one.
Like this one. I know that you did a lot of research before finding your Genesis to see what people said was the best sounding one.
Yeah, and now I just like have every version, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Hey, but you've had the nice one the longest, and that's what's important. I have a virtual FM synth that I use. That's the kind of synthesis those Yamaha chips use, Kyle.
Oh, frequency modulation?
Frequency modulation synthesis, yes. Wow. And if you've heard of frequency modulation synthesis, you might know that it's a complicated and annoying kind of synthesis. And the one that I use, which is the...
No! I fell into the basement.
What is it called? It's called the OpX4. It's got a ton of features. It's got way more features, I have to assume, than the 80s FM chip that is in these Genesises.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's so fully featured, it's actually got a lot of options to not sound like a chip like this. What I want to know is, what's the shortcut for like building Genesis sounding patches on an FM synthesizer? Like, I can make it sound like an organ, like a real ass organ, but I kind of can't get it to bleep and bloop.
How do I make this thing sound like shit?
Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying.
I hear you.
And it's not like I've been bashing my head against this. It's just something that I've noticed that I've been having trouble with and not been able to find a ton of information on like what gives that Yamaha chip its sound, what makes those 80s FM synths kind of have this tone they mostly share. So I would love comments on that.
Okay.
Leave them, message me on, put it on co-host on an Ask and co-host, put it in a YouTube comment. I'll see it in either of those places for sure.
Someone's just gonna be like, you should just get a Genesis and then buy this DJ cartridge.
Sorry, I should do what?
Nothing.
Sorry, I was watching the game.
Yes.
I was looking out for a.
See how sick that was?
That was sick. I was looking out for an air bubble and I didn't hear what you were saying. You're saying people should say I should just buy one of those chips?
Oh, I was saying, like, I bet someone comes back and is like, well, if you want to make music with the Genesis, you should really get a Genesis and then, this homebrewed DJ software cartridge for the Genesis.
There actually is totally a person who makes FM synthesizers using that chip. I can't remember. I mean, I have it bookmarked. I can just tell you what it is. Let's see. Instruments. Oh, maybe I don't have it bookmarked.
Bold of them to just make the last level of their game an underwater level.
I think it's Twisted Electronics. Has like a bunch of video gaming.
No!
Oh wow. They said we can't wait 3 seconds. You've got to die right now. The Mega FM 2, that's one of them.
Sure.
And these are they're not cheap, but they're not super expensive. I think actually even the Mega FM 2 is like a little bit on the pricey side. It's like $450, which is like expensive, but it's an instrument. And then I know that there's another company that does this too, that has even smaller ones. But Kasser. Kasser has the DAFM Mega Drive based FM synth. Anyway, it's great. It's a great sounding chip. It has, it sounds like a Genesis, and then also, it can sound like a lot of stuff because it's a real FM synth chip, and they make really cool music. I'm not going to buy one of those because I have a box that I use to make music on.
Woo!
You excited? You
Look
jazzed?
at me. I'm hot shit.
You're hot shit right now.
Yeah.
Do you think this purple water tastes good? Do you think this is what Sonic water looks like?
Dude.
No?
This is fucking nasty robot.
Are you sure? You don't think this is like
water? What are you talking about?
You think this is grape water?
No, this is Robotropolis sewer water. What's wrong with you?
Robotropolis kind of sounds
robot
fun.
fish pee in
I'm
this
starting
water.
to think, hey, is there any evidence that like Robotnik is that bad of a guy? Huh. Like, okay.
I mean, okay, yeah, he turns all the animals into robots.
You don't know
whatever,
that he
we don't
turned
know
them into
not
robots.
Good,
you know that they're here.
Jesus. No! Aw, man.
Shazner in the chat is talking a little bit about the FM chip.
There's got to be some kind of short.
Saying
Sick.
the Genesis and the TX1Z had a separate chip that could play low-rate samples, where the Sega startup sound comes from. The OpX 4 also can do this, so I do have that capability.
I think I took like the hard path.
Hence is what's your current favorite music making box? I used some Christmas money to buy an Akai Force, which is like a sort of standalone DAW in a box kind of thing. It's sort of like the MPC samplers meets like a big sequencer slash of like synth workstation, so you can it has the power to do a bunch of synthesizing on its own.
Oh, that was fast.
Good work.
I guess that was the way to go. Now
Final zone. Here we go. It seems like its own level to me.
I really feel like it just looks like Scrap Brain Zone. Like the boss. Scrap Brain Zone didn't even have a boss. This is just the boss for Scrap Brain Zone.
Yeah. All right. I'll give it to you.
What's wrong?
I'll give it to you.
Anyways, my favorite music making box is Bowling for Soup. Love those guys.
You think they're a box?
Well, they're certainly a music producing unit. And I don't even have to program it.
No, they just do it all on its own.
It's like AI.
It's
Bowling
very
for
funny
Soup
that
was the original AI.
It's very funny. Literally, Bowling for Soup came up just yesterday in my life. So it's very funny to hear people.
I don't know why that's funny. I feel like we're always all talking about Bowling for Soup.
Well, I feel like people usually give them a reverent silence.
Like Japanese audiences after they saw the first Star Wars.
Yeah, yes. Anyway, I don't have a bunch of music making boxes because they tend to be expensive. So I've had an OP1 for years and years.
Steve.
I know we are. I've had an OP1 for years and years back before they were expensive. And I like that, but it's not super practical for like actually making music. Outside of like viral videos on a YouTube channel. But I love the way it sounds, and I think it's a ton of fun to use. And then every other thing that I've ever bought, I've kind of used for a while and then sold.
Come on. Ah! Still more.
You got this.
Yeah, I know I've got this. Thanks. I didn't need your help with that. Chase this guy. Ah! Hey, buddy, why don't you get Going on out of here, you.
I like that ending.
That's if we had gotten all the emeralds, the flowers would turn big. Sonic would let all the emeralds fly up in the sky, and the flowers would turn big.
That's okay. We don't need to see that. Hey, what's going on now? What's this?
This is the
Game
credits.
Plan Carol Yates.
Yas. I mean, we have to assume this is.
I can't believe we already beat Sonic 1. I mean, I can. I remember.
Yeah, it's not a long game.
It's not a long game.
And when you're
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Hey, you too. That's our guy.
That's our guy.
You
Octoon, baby.
Not you, Suzuki. Different you. Character design by Big Island.
Shazam says, if I recall, the way FM modulation works is if a modulator modulates into another, the FM changes the timbre. If they're on the same level, it changes the harmonic envelope or something like that. Yeah, that's basically it. You've got a carrier and you got an operator and a modulator, and you can configure them in different ways, and they operate based on ratios, and the ratio determines the pitch, but it also determines the frequency if you have it set that way.
Ratio, this whole discussion.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. They suck. They're so annoying.
Turn on the AC. I beat the game.
You're
I
saying
want my
that
reward.
All right, well, turn on the AC, and I'm gonna have some dinner. We're not even gonna take the stream down.
What?
I'm gonna stop recording, but we're gonna not stop streaming.
Why?
And what do you mean why? Because I haven't eaten.
No, I just mean why not just take the stream down?
Because why not just leave? Because it's just patrons here, and we can just leave up the "we'll be back soon" screen.
Okay.